We're on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sam Harbin.
I'm Coach Axe.
And this is BKTV.live. I think I got that right.
Yes, sir.
All righty. We are here, folks. It is a special night tonight, not just the fact that it's game night, but it is senior night. And Coach and I were talking before we went live. You might have kind of heard some of it. This is a moment where these seniors, reality sets in. This is it. You've done all you can. You've studied all you can. Tested all you can, and sooner or later you're going to be walking across that stage. And can't believe the season's almost over and we're about ready to go into the playoffs, Coach.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, senior night is definitely, an emotional night for these seniors. Their last regular season home game is tonight, and so they're going to get recognized on the field. These guys put on a lot of work, ever since, they've been playing. Who knows how long some of these boys have been playing since first grade, some of them,
first grade, yeah.
All these years been playing football. And some of them, a lot of them are not moving on to the college. They're not moving on to the next level. So, this is the sport that they love and they spend so much time doing, in the conditioning and in the weight room, the dedication that it takes. And coaches require a lot of your time, even at the high school level, to come out and make a serious contribution to the teams. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication.
You're right. And again, like you said, a lot of these kids, unfortunately, will not move on to the next level, athletically. Some will go academically, some will just, go and start their careers, building on their careers. But, Coach, you're a coach. You played. I've played. When you play this sport, your only vision and your only dream is to make it to the D1 and from D1 to pro. And if it doesn't happen, now the reality sets in where I have to start preparing for life itself. Because if you're still riding that magic carpet in the D1, you're still got that hope for pro and moving on. And if you make it to pro, then it's, all-star, so on and so forth. But you've reached the pinnacle. And, you want all these kids to make it. We watch them week after week, year after year. You want them all to make it to the next level. You do. But, again, there's so many small colleges out there. Every kid could have a chance to do it, but to make it to that D1 where you have the big-name schools, the Texas, the Oklahomas, the Alabamas, Miami, Florida State, all those, big-name schools that everyone hears about all the time that you watch on television, those are your dream schools. You don't play to go to Southwest Baptist. You know what I mean? You're gunning to get that D1 school, that call, that letter. But, we have just been honored to have them for 4 years. I know BKTV hasn't been on the air that long, but just the length of time we've been on, we've seen these kids come up. And to see the kids from 2 years ago are seniors now. And it's like, hey, they've given us thrills. They've given us disappointments. But, again, I say every week, Coach, this is an emotional sport. There are kids. Emotions run high. Emotions drop. Emotions level. So you can't pin their every move on them because they're emotional. This is an emotional sport. And just to be able to sit and say, I saw these kids. I watched them play. I saw them score. I saw them make great stops. It's just we can go on forever talking about this.
Absolutely. We've got the stadium here on the fence rails to our north and south are emblems of each of the seniors' jersey that are attached to the fence link there. So all the seniors got their jersey there on display as an emblem or a placard, I guess you would call that.
Yeah.
So they got the decorations out. I think that there is a lot of emotion. Now, at the same time, they got to be thinking about the games that are coming.
Oh, yeah.
Because this may not be, if this is not our final home game with the playoffs that are coming up.
Exactly.
So we got, get through this game and, man, quickly, start thinking about Tahlequah. In fact, I think pretty much the much of the week of practice was dedicated to working on Tahlequah stuff. But, yeah, got to enjoy this night. You got to enjoy such great weather.
Yes, it is.
The crowd is going to be loud. The cowbells are going to be going off like crazy. I know that because a lot of the moms are talking about bringing out cowbells tonight and getting loud. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And, with this Hale team, they're not that great. So we're looking at, maybe getting some sophomores out and getting them some play time tonight.
Yes.
So get to see some sophomores and kind of focus some attention on those guys, as well as thanking those seniors for the contribution that they've made to this football program. I mean, they are the anchor to this program. Every year the seniors are the anchor to this program. They're the leaders of this program. And the coaches rely on them to take over and, bring up the kids that are coming up behind them, because every year there's a new group coming.
That's right.
Everybody knows that. So this has been, I think, a great leadership year for this particular senior group. They've done a great job at the leadership role for the team and shown a good role model example with the youngers.
Okay, folks, well, we're going to take a quick break. As the players are coming out to stretch out, our captains should be coming, and they are from both teams, and we'll get their names and numbers, and we'll let you know who does what. We'll be back right after this.
I want to welcome everyone to Kelly's Excellent Boston Field for tonight's Class 5A district football contest featuring the Hale.
I'm not going to make tonight. Come on, Gav, you're killing me, Smalls. Man. I know he's not. But the fact that he's been able to do most of the season with us says a lot, especially after what he went through. So
bevy of seniors on this varsity team.
He said bevy, right?
Them will be acting captains tonight.
He didn't follow it up with babes.
Bevy babes.
Bevy babes. Okay, let's see what else we're working on.
All right, we're going to have to break out binoculars because they jersey numbers are way too hard to read across the way.
Oh, they're small.
Yes, they are. Dang it. I'm going to have to run with the binoculars all night because of that. Dang it. Rangers are 6, 53, 55, and 4. Okay.
6, 53, 55, and 4.
Yep. 53, 55. And Comets is 54.
3.
Oh, just a second. Say 54, 3.
24.
24.
12.
And 12. Okay.
So it looks like Jackson Schultz and
Yeah. Okay. All right. You ready? Okay. Jump back in.
volume.
Yep.
Get him, Coach.
And, folks, we are back, and it is almost game time. Captain's at the 50-yard line, as we spoke about before we broke. And they're about to have the coin toss. For the Rangers, it's number 4, Emil Douglas. Number 6, Jack Peterson. Number 53, Corey Gonzalez. Number 55, Calvin Tyson. It looks like the Comets won the toss and will defer to the second half, which means the Rangers will get the ball first. The captains for your Comets will be number 3, David Cabrera, number 12, Jackson Schultz, number 24, Michael Solomon, and number 54, Kyle Urich. I'm sorry.
All seniors, of course.
Yes, indeed, all seniors. So this will be interesting, Coach. Again, we both looked at Hale's roster. Tons of sophomores, tons of juniors. So they're learning. You know, they're taking their lumps and they're learning. By next year, if this team stays together, meshes and gel, they will be a competitive team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a good foundation for a team. As when those guys become juniors and seniors, you know, they could have a decent team.
Folks, we'll break right quick for the national anthem, and we'll be right back. Oh, man.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this game, we thank you for the opportunity to praise you for your goodness. We ask you to bless these athletes and coaches. Keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Tonight, Lord, we are grateful for our seniors. We thank you for the leadership and love they have shown us, and we ask you to encourage their hearts tonight. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Mary, Queen of Peace, pray for us. St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very well done. Very well done. Very well done. Oh, yeah. I used to say if that don't get you in the mood, then you need to quit watching the sport.
Still gives me goosebumps.
It does. That's why I said if that doesn't get you in the mood, you need to quit watching the sport. So, but, yeah, I love to see it. Yes, indeed. Boy, I heard one. I think we were trying to find – I was doing some of the smaller games. They had the playoffs, and I had to find the Star Spangled Banner. And I found Alicia Keys. Oh, my goodness. I did not know that woman could sing.
Oh, yeah.
As here comes your comments. That's right. Senior night comments are coming out. Leading the way, they have the flag in hand as usual. Jacob Jeffries carries it this time. As you can see, the Rangers over in the corner getting hyped up themselves, getting ready for this game. Coach, keys to the game, you just can't let down. Don't underestimate them. 2, don't come out low. And 3, make a statement tonight.
Yeah, and even Coach Tapana, I think, expressed to the players that this team is a little bit better than last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, we guys got to make sure we step it up quickly, get on the board quickly. We tend to start slow.
Yes, we do.
And so we'll have to see here. And now that since we're going to play defense first, that means that we can start off maybe a little bit quicker pace, but our offense does tend to start off a little bit slow.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to we'll have to see that there can't be too many those series in which we're starting out slow.
Exactly.
We're going to have to start getting in a rhythm. We're going to have to start moving the ball down the field. I think our offensive line should not have very much difficulty whatsoever moving their defensive line. So we'll just have to see how that part goes of it, because that, again, as every game that we play, is really key to this football team because we do run the ball quite a bit.
You're right. Yes, you are very much so right, Coach. As back in the back for the return will be number 1 for the Rangers, as well as number 5. And that's going to be Jamal Jones and Jared Rivera in the back. As this thing is underway, and he nails it. And it goes straight to the back of the end zone. And the Rangers will have the ball 1st and 10. Before we start, folks, I'd like to do a definitely quick shout-out and get well soon to Kevin. Second night he's not been with us at a home game. He said he's not feeling well. Prayers going out to you, buddy. Really miss you not being here.
Big time. Big time.
Kind of established a 3-headed monster. Now one of the heads is Hale. So we would love to get back the 3-headed monster look that we have, even though we're not monsters by any stretch of the mean. All of us, we're very good looking. So – So, Kevin, definitely get well soon. Definitely want you back. As the Rangers will break the huddle, head up to the line. Let's see who their quarterback's going to be. He has a man in motion. Going to hand it off to his running back around the end. Comets are waiting. He cuts one guy, gets by one guy, but will be stopped for after about a 2-yard gain. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 8. Leading the way on the tackles was number 25, Matthew Smith, number 20, Caleb Alves, in there in that pile.
Yeah, Nick Stelly was in there, number 52, and missed a tackle. He needs to break down a little bit and make sure he's going to make that tackle. That might have been for a loss, but we were able to close in pretty quick anyway. I
think he got excited because he had a quick shot at him. Number 3 will get it, and he goes down. Man, number 11 wrapped him up. Applewhite wrapped him up. And he was just taken down by number 72. That's going to be Charlie Pinkleton.
Yeah, and that's they're making a change this year on the defense. He's going to be playing some defense, and instead of Davis Goverick, who usually plays that nose tackle position, is going to be playing more offense tonight.
There was no gain on that play to make it 3rd down and 8 as the quarterback for the Rangers is moving everybody around and getting them in the right position. He gets the snap. He back, throws it deep. He has a man, actually, and it's tipped and intercepted by the Comets. Fighting to stay on his feet will go down.
Jack Griffin on the
number
interception.
29, yes.
Jack Griffin on the interception, number 29.
Jack Griffin with the it was actually the tip drill to perfection. The receiver had it in his hands. He tipped it. Instead of letting it come into his body a little more, he tried to catch it at the side's point, tipped it off his fingertips. Comets were there for it.
Well, and that was because of excellent coverage.
It really
That
was.
excellent coverage. Those two receivers are really trying to get downfield, get open on a go route. They've probably seen a little bit of that. That happened over in Claremore where
Yes.
that guy, the receiver on our right side got loose and made a reception, so it was great coverage.
He had a step on our defender, but he just couldn't bring the ball in, actually. And that first play, man, he is just wrapped up. But he was trying to – I think he picked up about 4 on that play. On the tackle for the Rangers, it's going to look like it's going to be number – trying to look at their jerseys. Number, if you turn sideways for me for just a bit, number 30.
7-yard line.
That's going to be
Second down, 6.
Colton Fields, but he gained 5 on that play, and this is 2nd down and 5.
Pretty easily, too.
Yeah, he didn't get touched till he crossed the we have a player offsides, and they're going to call it. One of the Rangers lined up in the neutral zone. I mean, you couldn't get
right
any
off the
further.
bat.
Yeah. So the Comets will get an easy first down here, with it being 2nd down and looks like it's going to be a 2nd down and 5, but with the penalty, it should be an automatic first down. See where they spot it. Nope, it will be short up by inches. So 2nd and inches. And are they giving it to him? Yes, they are. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, I was going to say that looked to be
they're
right
giving it
on
to
the
him.
stick, and that should be a first down.
So move the chains. Comets, first down of the night.
It's been marked now as a first down. 1st and 10. Comets.
But one thing you don't want to do is keep your players out here long, especially your starters, knowing you got a big game next week. He hands the ball off to his running back again. Rangers there to meet him, but a gain of 3. Again, number 30 leading the Rangers in on that, as well as Cabrera was on the carry. Also number 52 for the Rangers.
That was a good job closing in on the edge. They closed in quickly on the edge there. Linebackers were able to pursue well, so, we got to get somebody on those blocks right there, and we're running double tight, so we got to get everybody on blocks.
Fields and Martinez for the Rangers on the tackle. Gives it to his running back again. He's tried to stiff arm and just got brought to the ground, does Cabrera. And he thought he was going to stiff arm his man and keep rolling, but he grabbed him and brought him down. Number 29, Donald Ogans on the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Man, this defense for the Rangers
yeah, so far been pretty stubborn.
Yeah, they're
just the one first down because of a penalty.
Yeah, really. It was 2nd and 5, and they might have lined up in the neutral zone. We got the first, but they've been holding their own here. And he's going to be back to pass. He's looking for a man. He has one in the flats. Gets it to Applewhite. Applewhite will be knocked out of bounds, but he will pick up a first down. Move the chains. Comets will have it 1st and 10.
So it looks like Coach has opted to start Jackson Schultz today, our senior quarterback.
First down.
And that's, you can't go wrong with that. I mean,
No doubt.
you can't go wrong with
No
that.
doubt. That's great.
Give him a chance, get him down the field. Let's see if he can get a 1-score drive for you, and reward him as he pitches it to his running back in the back. And he's going to be wrapped up and brought down as number 90.
Number 52.
That's 52 again for the Rangers. Martinez. Cabrera on the carry, and I don't think Cabrera got a yard. Man, these guys are coming to play tonight, Coach.
Yeah, they're fired up.
Well, like you said, Coach told them, this is a little bit better team than what you faced last year. You might want to not take them easy. Don't take them lightly.
That's right.
And the Comets, and they're going to be caught in the backfield. Cabrera caught for a loss. And this time looks like number 89 for the Rangers, Jaquan Folks.
Well, they're really stacking the box.
Yes, they are.
They've only got three D-backs, and they're really bringing everybody in, filling all those gaps. And then the defensive ends are doing a pretty good job of collapsing that in and coming in and taking Cabrera down. So we've got to do something probably a little bit different here. That was a good pass call earlier. to out in the flat where there's nobody out there because they're bringing everybody.
Yes, they are. Jesmond Jones was on that tackle. Quarterback's going to keep it. Yes, and he has room to run. He gets around the corner, and he has one man to beat, but he'll be forced out of bounds about the 4-yard line. Great run by Jackson Schultz, and it will be moved the chains, first and goal. Comments on the 4-yard line.
Well, I'm glad he didn't pitch that.
Yeah, me too. I thought he was.
I thought he was going to pitch that football. I'm like, oh, he is. He cuts it inside and gets upfield. It was a great job.
Great vision by the quarterback because most of the times if you see a guy coming down on you, first thing you want to do is pitch it. But he read him, and he went after the pitch man, and he just took advantage of it. So first and goal, Comets. Ball on the 4-yard line, trying to punch this thing in. Great run getting the first down by Schultz. He's going to be back. He's going to keep it himself, trying to get in.
Touchdown.
Will he? He lost his
Touchdown.
shoe. Yes, he did. Touchdown. Comets.
Way to go.
I think Jackson faked the defender route so bad he lost his shoe. Or somebody lost. No, the defender got shook so bad he lost his shoe. That's a fake out right there.
Well, no real issues on offense whatsoever in that drive. I mean, that was just pretty much a methodical drive down the field.
Yes.
And just kept the ball on the ground except for that one pass play that we ran, and that was a great job.
You're right. I mean, they did exactly what they needed to do, just get down the field. You know, it found itself in a 3rd and long, and the quarterback pulled it out.
Yeah.
And a huge leg there to boot that ball through. And with 7:40 left in the first quarter, your Comets on the board first. They lead the Rangers 7-0. Like you said, Coach, great first drive.
Yeah, and that last play, the play call that got us down there, you know, that's what Coach is getting us out on the edge a little bit because, you know, everybody's coming up the middle, filling in the gaps. Pop out the edge there, and there's going to be some running lanes out there because everybody's stacking the box.
Exactly.
They're stacked in the box there, so that was a great call by the coach there to get us over there at 1st and goal.
But it was all set up by the tip interception.
Right.
You know, the pass that was tipped, the receiver had his hands on it, tipped it in the air, and the Comets were there to take it out of the air. Comets took advantage of it, marched down the field and scored, and that's how you again, you beat a bad team bad. Okay, that's how I've always said that, and I never, no disrespect to the team. If the team you're playing is inferior to you, you beat a bad team bad. He fumbled the ball and he knelt down. Nope. They're gonna say he was still
possession.
And on the return is going to be Ahmad Jones. He hit him right in the hands. He had it, and then he dropped it, picked it back up, and took off with it. On those tackles is going to be Joel Dudley, number 7, along with number. Looks like 21, Sam Moss. So the Rangers will have the ball second time here, 1st and 10. Ball will be placed on about the 25-yard line, yes.
And what a catch on that kickoff. I mean, that was a line
It
drive.
sure was.
It looked like he used part of his face mask as a backboard to catch that football because it went right for his head.
It did. But he had it, though. He brought it in. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He gets around the outside, and he has room to run and forced out of bounds by the Comet defense after he picks up about 9 on the play.
Yeah, so that's our right side over there. We've got to work on making sure that we're containing that outside. Jake Jeffries over there playing that defensive end spot. Got to work a little bit harder to contain that outside as well as our corner over there, number 16. Got to get, make sure we're containing that the edge there and get that quarterback stopped.
Yes, indeed. Emil Douglas on the keeper picks up 9 on that play. I mean, he kept it. He did just like Schultz did. He saw the opening, and he just said, I'm not giving this ball up. He took off. So he'll be back to pass this time. Here comes the rush. He's scrambling. He has 4 guys. He just throws it away, and that's going to be
intentional
ground, and they just dropped the flag. He had no one in the area.
No one in the area.
Yep. So it'll be a loss of down, 2nd down. Yeah, intentional grounding will go against the Rangers. He had 4 guys after him.
Well, yeah.
You can't blame him for just throwing it away. It was either that or get hit by all 4 of them.
He was about to get obliterated. You got Ryan Patrick getting after it. You got Jake Jeffries getting after him. You got, Slayton out there getting after him as well. So, yeah, I don't blame him.
Loss of down, it'll be 3rd down. I've never understood that loss of down, 3rd down. If the pass was incomplete, it's still pretty much a loss of down anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So it looks like at nose tackle, we got Joe Tasker in there. So Coach is moving in another nose tackle on defensive line, usually Davis Goverick. I think they're just making sure he's getting some rest for offense. And that might be their game plan for next week as well, for Friday. The Tahlequah game is to make sure that they're getting guys on plenty of rest when they're playing offensive line instead of playing so many snaps on the defensive line side. Making sure they got fresh legs on the offensive line.
Well, that penalty pushed the ball all the way back to the 4-yard line. It is third down and forever for the Rangers, about 28. Quarterback gets it. He is in the end zone. He throws it, and he overthrows his intended receiver. And that'll make it fourth down. And, again, he had pressure coming off the corners on him. So he saw that, got rid of the ball, but he didn't. He threw it in the area of somebody to avoid the penalty.
Yeah, I think they might ought to head back to the end zone and get a safety on this, but maybe they're going to go ahead and punt.
I think they are. Yeah, they're putting this away. Looks like it might be.
This ought to give us some really good field position. That wind is coming from the south.
Yes, it is, and it's pretty strong,
at least 10 miles an hour, so we ought to get really good field position.
And it's the quarterback kicking this away, and he threw a low-line drive. It takes a good bounce, and it's going to take a Ranger roll, and they'll pick it up as – as Bolton was teasing like he wanted to grab it, and they said, we'll stop this right now.
That's right. That's right.
We'll make sure you don't pick this up.
Well, that was the best punt that he could do.
Yeah, it was.
That was the best punt that he could try on that particular instance because he's deep, deep, deep.
Yeah, he didn't have – I mean, I think he had 2 steps away before he stepped out of the back of the end zone.
That's right.
So the Comets will get the ball for the second time as they took it on a turnover, and they – drove down the field and scored. This time they made the Rangers go 3 and out, get a penalty for intentional grounding. So let's see what happens here. Is it going to keep Schultz in the game, or do they switch it up to McMurray?
Let's see here. They still have
keep
Schultz.
Yeah, and looks like we have another run back. He cuts back. And
Reese Jones.
Jones is back, folks. Still on his feet, and he will go down after picking up 17 on that play. Reese Jones, we missed you. Welcome back to the field.
Yeah, I know. 2 games out, man. I bet that had to be driving him crazy.
Move the chains, 1st and 10, Comets. I agree, Coach. He probably sat on the sideline just.
Yeah, I mean, he's back. You saw the run right there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm back. I'm making things happen here now that I'm back.
Oh, yes, definitely. Comets will go ahead and line back up. And they're going to give fake to Jones. He rolls to his right. He's looking for a man. He has Applewhite. He gets him. Applewhite gets the ball, and he's going to turn upfield, breaks a tackle, and he is going to have a first down, but there's a flag on the field. I'm not sure if this is face mask or holding.
Horse collar, maybe?
I'm trying to get a look from here. Yeah, I think that's what they're calling horse collar tackle.
Yeah, it looks like the referee was holding his collar.
Yeah, horse collar tackle against the defense. And it's a dead ball, and it's an automatic first down. It'd be half the distance to the goal from the end of the run.
Well, these penalties are just been brutal to Hale.
Yes, they have.
These penalties have just crippled this team. I mean, with 6 minutes still left in the first quarter, they've got 3 really bad penalties.
Yeah, the intentional grounding. Then they had the offsides. They gave the Comets the first down, and now there's horse collar. And the first and goal ball on the 3-yard line. So he hands the ball off, and Applewhite walks right in. Touchdown, Comets! He just walks right in, man.
Made that look a little bit too easy.
I think I could have walked in with that. That's how hold that. And I'm not even fast. I know that. I think I could have walked in. Goodness.
Well, you probably are right. I bet you could definitely do that. And we're going to talk to Coach about suiting you up.
Oh, God, no, because one of these young kids hit me right. I'm not coming off that field. You got to cart me out of there. While I'm being carted away, I'll tell her, how does it feel to beat up an old man? And the extra point attempt is good. 6:22 left in the first quarter. Comets have a 14-0 lead on the Rangers. They should be kicking off shortly. We definitely like to say we had our first donation by McMurray's. We thank them for the donation. Great job. And we really appreciate what they've given. And we just, hats off to them. I mean, we've watched their son run the offense, but they're doing a beautiful job there.
Yes.
But, every little bit helps and every little bit counts, and we greatly appreciate the donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, absolutely.
So they get ready to kick this one away. So far, they've kicked it out of the end zone twice now. See if they do it this one. No, the first one they actually hit him in the face mask. Like they may let this one go out of bounds or in the back of the end zone. And it will go in the back of the end zone. So the Rangers will take over 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Kevin, I mean, looking at Kevin. See, I wish he was here. I'm so used to saying Kevin. Coach, what do you expect? I mean, this Ranger team is trying. Let's just be real. They're giving what they have.
Well, and they've got to keep trying. I mean, they got to keep fighting if they just want to, not to be, 60-something to
nothing.
To nothing. I mean, they're going to need – but our defense is so tough and so strong. I just think that they're going to have – I mean, they've gotten a little bit on us, but I just think they're really going to struggle. Their mistakes are killing them.
Yeah, I think that's what's really hurt because that defense came out and just basically, was trying to shut us down almost. As quarterback sends his first man in motion, hands it off, and we're going to have an illegal procedure. Yes, we are. Dead ball, illegal motion or illegal procedure against the offense. And like you said, Coach, penalties. There's 5 more. Now you're looking at 1st and 15.
Yeah, they really got to clean up. They really got to clean up their penalties here. It's going to kill them. But I don't know. I mean, our defense is so strong, and I think this is what is going to be key is against the Tahlequah team, and they've got a really fast, quick quarterback.
Oh boy, another one, another team like that.
And I tell you what, and they're going to try and get him out, or he's going to take off running. If they're going to try and throw the ball, if we're going to cover receivers, we've got to make sure we got somebody on that quarterback at all times. We're spying him and making sure he doesn't escape.
Yes, indeed. It looks like the Rangers are going to take a timeout. Didn't like what they saw. So, folks, 6:20 left in the first quarter. Rangers will take a timeout. Comets lead 14-0. This is BKTV.live. I'm Sam Harbin.
And I'm Coach Axe.
We'll be right back right after this. Oh, man.
You're right. We're going to need lots to talk about.
Well, Coach has got seniors out there, and that's good. Letting them play. And
I personally think he keeps them out for the first half and then takes them. Yeah, we got a really good win going. I mean,
yeah,
it's. I was on my way in. Every flag that I saw flying was pretty much at attention.
Yeah.
So we got a good win.
Yeah.
All right, coming back. Okay, folks, we are back. Timeout's over. Defense on the field for the Comets. Rangers offense on the field. They're looking at 1st and 15 after the illegal procedure. Trying to see if they can get something going here. He gets the snap. He rolls to his right, and he's being pressured. He gets away from it amazingly, and he has room to run, and he's trying to pick up the first down, but he slides out of bounds trying to cut back as Solomon had a bead on him. I mean, Matthew Smith had a bead on him, and he tried to cut back and slid out of bounds, but man, he picked up the penalty yards plus about 4 more, so it's 2nd down and 6.
We had we had Ryan Patrick back there. We had James Pilkington back there. We had, I thought, a third, too, back there that were rushing him, and, man, that would have been a great sack right there.
Yes, it would have, but he managed to turn the corner. I mean, cut back, and it was just off to the races. 2nd down and 6 for the Rangers. Quarterback waits. He gets a snap. He rolls to his right, and here comes the pressure again. Across the middle of the field, tipped up. Oh, my goodness, broken up by Joe Dudley. I mean, it hit him right in the hands. He was in the position where the receiver should have been, and the ball just hit him hit him in the face mask, actually, and it tossed it in the air behind him, and like 3 other Comet players were like diving trying to get it. We'll make it 3rd down for the Rangers. It's almost got, to see the ball in the air. It's almost watching kids just diving and trying to do it. They're clawing and everything just to get there to get it.
Right.
And they get the Comets to jump. They did a hard count. Comets were showing blitz, and they shot through. And, matter of fact, about 3 or 4 guys jumped off sides. So the Rangers will get a give 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, Coach was sending the kitchen sink right there.
Oh, wasn't he, though? I mean, he was bringing it, man.
Well, we pressured him pretty good on that last play, too. We were sending a lot of people. We were sending Matt Smith from the middle there, so we had a lot of pressure on the last. I mean, this offensive line is kind of struggling against the speed of this defensive line and how quickly they can get off blocks and get in the backfield.
Yes, indeed. So here we go. 3rd and 1. Rangers haven't got a first down yet. They're still trying. He turns the corner, and he will have a first down as the running back, Isaiah Chapman. Chapman.
We are still struggling a little bit on that right side. We need to make sure our defensive end outside linebacker over there is getting a containment on that quarterback. So that's the second time they've gotten some yards on us over there on that right side. So we need to work on that over there and make sure we're in our correct assignments because we seem to be out of assignment there on that side.
Yeah, and I do apologize. That was not their first down. They had actually gotten one before. Yeah,
that was their second.
So here we are, still first quarter, 6 minutes left. This has been a kind of a slow first quarter, a lot of penalties and a lot of running out of bounds and incomplete passes, stopping the clock. Rangers, he throws across the middle of the field, knocked down, almost intercepted again. This time it's going to be Nimick, Joe Nimick. And you could see them all just that anguish in their face of, I should have had that.
We are 1 for 3 in interceptions? Is that what we are right now?
Yeah, because one was a tip drill. Yeah, we're about 1 for 3 now in interceptions.
1 for 3 in interceptions.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. But the other ones are hitting them right in the hands, right in the
Well, and that has, pass coverage has been suspect on our defense. I mean, we have been, lots of times we are scored on by the pass.
Yes, the pass.
So it is suspect on our defense. So this is some good opportunity for us to work on some coverage.
Yes, indeed. He hands the ball off to his running back who turns the corner. Oh, he's going to be robbed down from behind. And I think the coaches were trying to get a
horse collar,
or
a face mask. Maybe he grabbed his helmet. But that was Jeffries over there.
Yes, it was.
Number 17 made a great play. So we only get 2 yards on that one. That was a great stop on that right side. Again, I said we were having trouble with it earlier.
Yes, we were, Coach. And great eye to call that. Jeffries, just reached out for him and was able to bring him in because because when he turned the corner, you were kind of like, here we go. You know what I mean? So, folks, as the game goes on, we're going to be looking at Squirtle and looking at scores because as we're getting ready for playoffs, all these last 2 weeks, games huge part of who goes where. And he wanted to go deep, and his man cut short.
Oh, and there's a flag.
Maybe either offsides or holding. That's usually what happens.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, so a couple of big games that
we
need to be
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Holding on the defense.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering there. And he threw that kind of late, so I'm not sure why he threw that flag a little bit late. The ball looked like it was clearly over his head, but, again, that doesn't matter. So it looks like, Tahlequah last night beat pretty bad Memorial.
Yes, he did.
So, and that's our next game. And so currently they're in first place in our district.
When Tahlequah won 51-15, like you said. And right now we have, let's see, I know a game we definitely need to be watching. Byron Sky Took's up 3-0.
Collinsville.
And Collinsville and Claremore are tied at 7 right now.
Okay, so that's a big game there. Collinsville is currently 3rd in our district. Behind us, we're 2nd right now.
And the quarterback fakes the handoff, steps up, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. He was wanting to, he was going to run and drop back and pass, but he was brought down by Ryan Patrick. Yeah. Loss on the play will make it 2nd and 12.
So great to have him back. I'll tell you what, missed a few games for a shoulder injury, and so it's great to have him back. He's a TU commit. He looks to make a big-time contribution over there, I think.
Oh, yeah. If and I always tell people all the time, you just can't, say someone's going to TU because, you got to be smart to go to TU as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He airs this one out. He has a man, and his man just lost it because he had it. He was basically right under the ball. He just didn't know which way to turn to get to it. So it'll make it 3rd down. He did have a man. The receiver had to step on our defender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, some good time on the field working on our pass coverage. It's going to be needed against Tahlequah.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
That team can throw the football, and, again, that quarterback is quick and can run.
See, I haven't seen Tahlequah yet, and I haven't really looked them up to see anything on them. But from what I've heard, and I've heard this from, some highlights and everything, but the guy has wheels.
He does.
And if he has looks like we may have another timeout. Yep, the Rangers will take a timeout. 4:46 left here in the first quarter. And as you folks, yes, we are still in the first quarter. Comets lead Rangers 14-0. We'll take a timeout with them. I am Sam Harbin.
I'm Coach Axe.
This is BKTV.Live. We'll be right back.
There's my kid, 48, right there on the right. 48.
I'm looking for him. I see
Right.
75.
58, 33, 58 on the far.
Okay, 58. I see him.
And then 48, he's right there.
Okay, I see him. That's him. Corey Lewis ain't even suited up.
No, he broke his hand.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that last game, he broke his hand. He should play. He should be back for Tahlequah.
Okay.
With a club.
Club, okay.
Added club. We can mention that probably.
Okay. And, folks, we are back. Timeout is over. Both teams are coming up to the ball. Definitely. Comets need to get this team off the field, because the longer they stay on the field, the more momentum they'll gain. Now, don't be fooled. Hale played a game. It looks like we're going to have a guy off sides. Yep, another false start. Up. Looks like we have a Comet down. Nope, he's back up. So false start against the Rangers, and that's going to back them up 5, so it'll be 3rd and 17. Yeah, don't underestimate. These Rangers put up 50-something points in a game and lost. It was like a 52-56 score. So, they can't put it in the end zone. They can't score.
Yeah, I know that game that you're talking about. Yeah, they did put up some points in that game. And but so far they have not been able to cross into their own territory yet this quarter. So
yeah, they're still on their side of the field. They have not crossed the 50-yard line yet. As we will replay the down, 3rd and 17 for the Rangers. Quarterback is back to pass. He rolls to his right, has some pressure. He's looking. He has a lot of field to run, and he's doing it. And he's going to go. Wow. He went head up with Caleb Alves. He didn't even want to run out of bounds, and he went head-to-head with him. And he will pick up enough for a Rangers first down, and he crosses the 50-yard line.
That was an opportunity for Caleb Alves to get low on.
Yeah, could have lifted him up and blew him up.
Yeah, so, that was a kind of an opportunity miss there to get a big hit on the quarterback there. He wasn't giving it up, that's for sure.
So, my goodness.
Just as we say that they don't get across into their own territory, they just did. They just did with that quarterback. And so, yeah, we got great coverage on their receivers, which left that whole side of the field wide open for that quarterback to run. So this is where, we got to work, talk about and work with the Tahlequah quarterback, because he's got some wheels.
And we will be on the road, and this one should be intercepted, and it will be.
Intercepted, Jack Griffin.
Jack Griffin will take it in. He had a receiver not in the right area, and he threw it where the receiver should have been. And the Comets get it. Jack Griffin on the interception, and that's how you end the drive.
Yeah, just that's 2 interceptions for him, and numerous drop footballs and tip drills, numerous tip drills, drop footballs. Just run the quarterback.
Yes, indeed. Just run the quarterback.
Just run the quarterback.
Get a running back and quarterback so you get a chance to get around the end. That's it.
Roll him out and see what you can do.
There you go. Oh, okay, we're going to have a timeout. And the Rangers will take their last timeout in the first quarter. And we still are in the first quarter, 4:07. Comets with an interception with the ball on their side of the field, about the 35-yard line, and they will have it 1st and 10. Just to talk about more about the playoffs is on this timeout. Go ahead, Coach, if you can.
Yeah, it really looks like, win or lose the Tahlequah game, we should be second place.
Okay.
Win or lose the Tahlequah game, we should be second place. According to the bracket, we're probably going to play – as second place, District 4 will play third place, District 3, which is probably at this time is going to be Coweta. If we were to do the playoffs, after this game,
yes,
we're probably looking at playing Coweta. We beat Tahlequah, which I'm telling you, we have a serious shot.
Yes,
we're really healthy right now. We're really polished. Offense is really polished, and I think that we can step up our passing game a little bit against Tahlequah.
And Bolton will get it, turn the corner, and it's just a foot race down the sideline as he'll be drug out of bounds by number 7, Antonio Cook. But it's moved to change. First down, Comets into Ranger territory.
Now, if we do get first place in the District 4, which that would be us beating Tahlequah, because Tahlequah has a lot more points than we do as far as district points, almost like double our points.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got to beat Tahlequah head-to-head to get first place in the district, to be district champions.
Okay.
So that puts us a little bit better game We play 4th place on District 3, which is right now Noble.
Okay.
Right now Noble. I believe they're like 3-2 in the district, I believe. So probably that looks. I mean.
And the quarterback, Jack. Nope. This is going to be numbered Michael Solomon,
Whoa.
and he's going to be score on a 42.
End around.
47-yard touchdown run by Michael Solomon, untouched.
They just end around him. He plays tight end. They just end him around, little pitch. Man, and he's gone. That whole defense on the Hale side was just.
I mean, they bit
big time on the left. On their left, they took off, and man, Solomon had a big giant lane. Now that I know that running lane, I think you could do that one too. But he did a great job of seeing daylight and getting upfield. What a great job!
Yes, indeed. I think I'd have slowed down about the 10-yard line and grabbed the leg like a cramp or something.
Well, I think I'd have run into one of my blockers. Is what I'd done. So that's why I played offensive line.
There you go.
So great job. You know, he's looking to try and get to Duke.
Really?
Yeah,
I know he wants to go to school at Duke for just
academics.
Yeah, academics,
I don't believe there's a sport involved, but definitely just, thinking about how that's going to be a great opportunity. And that's funny with Matt Smith doing a verbal commit to North Carolina for wrestling.
Yes,
those are just down the street. I know a guy that graduated from Duke, and he's a big time into wrestling. McCullough. And Leonard McCullough, and I was like, dude, you got to. What do you think, man, about Matt Smith going to North Carolina instead of Duke? He goes, man, I'm going to try. I'm going to talk to him. We're going to try. I guess he said he went to Duke the one time that he visited, didn't really like it. So it looks like so far it's North Carolina for wrestling for Matt Smith.
Oh yeah. And this one's going to go deep. And they have a receiver. He's going to let it go. Yep, he will let it go over his head and into the end zone.
That's a good call.
Yes, indeed. 3:51 left in the first quarter. Comets extend their lead 21-0 over the Rangers.
Yes, I mean, you've got this young Hale program, not a lot of size. They're really struggling against this big-time, super fast defense. I mean, these guys are so quick off the football. They do such a great job of getting off their blocks. I mean, Tahlequah is going to have their hands full with this defense. I can tell you that right now. And, when Bryce Alonzo coming back, he's looking to come back. He's our big-time defensive end, defense outside linebacker coming back. And I know he's been lifting. He's been working out. I mean, he's been out for several weeks.
Yes.
With the broken foot.
Well, just to give you a quick update, Claremore is leading Collinsville 14-7. High snap, goes over the quarterback head. He picks it up. He turns the corner and has room to run. He throws it down the field. He had a man, so he won't get intentional grounding, which was smart because he actually threw it in the area of a receiver, so it'll just be second down. That was very smart heads-up play by him.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a great play by him because that would have been – down by the 2-yard line.
Yes, it would have.
If he had gotten tackled back there, so he was running for his life. And he's like, I'm throwing the football because this is not good.
I think the referees were kind of like, get rid of it, man. Get rid of it. I think they even felt sorry for him.
That offensive line just can't handle our defensive line.
And it's really odd because they have one of their offensive linemen, number 77. That dude is a load.
He is.
But you notice everyone's coming off the left side, though.
Yes.
They would be their right side. They're coming off the left side of the line.
Well,
and he has a man. He's going deep. He has a man. And almost intercepted again. Tipped and knocked down. Joe Nimick tried to bring that one in.
Dude, that was a great throw.
Yes, it was.
I mean, that was into the wind. That was a great throw. And Joe Nimick, I think he had a step on Joe.
He did. He actually had a step on Joe.
That ball had been just a little bit, but then he had an opportunity because the ball was a little bit short to kind of get it out of his hand. So it was a great job by Joe to break that play up.
Man, but I'm telling you, I'm with you, Coach. If a wind was a little bit not as strong,
right,
I think he hit him on the money, and the kid's still running.
That may have been the case. I think Joe would have tackled him, but, he did look like he had a step on him, so we've got to work on that.
And the running back cuts back up the middle, still on his feet, and he's going to gain about 4 on this play. We'll make it 4th down and about 5 now.
Well, so they go to the right. He cuts back to the left. Yeah, I saw number 55, one of their I think it's their offensive guard. He just opened up like a gate. Those are called lookout blocks. Yeah, so if you're going to throw a block like that, you better yell back to the quarterback, look out!
So
they're going to go ahead and
Punt
this one away. And this one's a lot better punt, actually, high into the wind. The wind kind of pushes it back. And, again, the Rangers stop. They stop Bolden from trying, and believe me, he's trying to get his hands on that ball.
Yeah, he's wanting to get after that football.
He does. He feels he can take one back, and he's trying hard, too.
It's going to be so great to have him back next year as
yes,
a senior.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
I mean, this junior class is so strong, and the sophomore class is strong.
Even the freshman class coming up.
I got to give a shout out to that freshman team. They were finished 9-0 this season. They beat Bixby 20-16 with 6 kids out injured.
Wow, that is amazing.
And some of their top players were out injured and beat Bixby. And Bixby brought their A team.
And the Comets going deep. He has a man. Caught! And he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Comets! Joe Nimick is rewarded. McMurray came in for that one and just laid it right there.
Oh, what a great touch on the football he has.
Yes, indeed.
Just right into the paws. He didn't even have to hardly reach out. Just toss me the bread, and I'm going to catch it right there.
He put it where it had to be. I mean, you can't go any better. You can't do any better than that. He put the ball exactly where it needed to be. And we're going to have a flag on the kick, actually.
So great job by Joe Nimick, senior.
Oh, we're going to have offsides on the defense, really.
Oh, wow.
So half the distance to the half the distance, and they're going to retry to kick this.
So did we force them to jump, or did they line up? I missed it.
I think they lined up in the neutral zone, yeah.
Mr. Blake's like, you need to be paying attention.
Oh, no, they lined up in the neutral zone like they did. I think the guy was on all fours, and he was leaning over the ball. He was trying to get on an angle and do it, but his angle put him over the ball, and they will put this one through the uprights. And that will make it 28-0 with 2:48 left in the first quarter.
2:48 left in the first quarter.
And the Comets lead big here tonight, and everyone kind of saw this coming. It's kind of one of those things. Everyone saw it coming, but it's just been some really big plays. But you know what? Your heart has to go out to the quarterback for the Rangers because he's put that ball in some pretty good tight little windows. He's shown he has the arm to do it, and he's just a junior, so he'll be back next year. But he's put that ball in some tight windows, and unfortunately, they just have not been able to come up with him.
Well, and we'll have Hale again next year.
Yes, we will. We'll probably be at the East Side Complex Stadium over there. We're home of the Cardinals.
Right.
But yeah, we'll be there to play them, and so that will be interesting, quite interesting. As he'll nail this kick, this one might get returned. I think it will. Yes, he gets it at the 2-yard line, looking for some blocking, and he turns the corner. Yes, he did. He put on the Jets, man, and then finally getting wrapped up and brought down. Yes, he was. Kevin King hit him first, and it was just a couple other Comets trying to bring the guy down because he had some wheels, man. That was number 28, Desmond Jones.
7-yard line of Hale.
Man, and he was not backing down. Kyle Mathis also in on that tackle as well.
Ooh, 28-0, and it is still the first quarter.
I'm not understanding that at all. I thought we'd be out of the first quarter.
Well, they used all 3 of their timeouts in the first quarter.
They sure did.
Rangers.
He's going to give it to his running back, and he goes off tackle. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
Thought he was going to turn the corner, and Matt Smith said, not tonight.
Whoa.
Chapman on the carry, and Matt Smith said, not tonight.
All I saw was just Matt Smith flying through the air like Superman, swooping up someone that's in distress and then helping them to the ground.
He wasn't in distress by any stretch of the means. He was after he got hit.
He got that dude. That guy can tackle, man.
Yes, he can. He is a hitting machine. As the quarterback's going to roll, he has a man he caught. Oh, wrapped up and brought down.
Oh,
my goodness, and that's going to be Joe Dudley. Those are the kind of passes that the running back wants to let go. Isaiah Chapman's like, you know what? Let that one go to my feet the next time because that dude hit me.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd and 11. He turned him, and so as soon as he caught the ball, the defender was just waiting on him.
Loss of 1 on the play.
My goodness, it has been some pretty good hits tonight by the Comets.
Oh, yeah.
I said they've been laying the wood or bringing the lumber, however you want.
Oh, and they jumped.
Yep. The defense is trying to get back there. Yep. No, delay a game. Wow, they called delay a game against the defense. I don't know how they did that. You normally get delay a game against the offense. I guess they were hesitating to bringing somebody out.
No, I don't. They're marking it off against them. That was a false.
Oh, that's
start.
right. They're on offense. We're on defense.
Yeah, that's a false start.
I don't know how I missed that. They said delay a game. So.
Oh.
Yeah, they said delay a game, so that basically they let the clock run out. So I don't know why I was thinking we were on offense. I guess we've been on offense almost. So I just thought we were on offense again. So it makes it 3rd down and 16. The quarterback moves up, gets closer, he rolls to his left, and they're waiting on him. He gets by a first wave, and he's going to be brought down. He got by the first wave. Second wave will bring him down. And I think, yes, it's going to be number 45, and that's going to be Ike Slayton, along with number 17.
Jake Jeffries.
Yep, Jacob Jeffries.
Jacob Jeffries and others on this tackle.
So basically, we're finally under a minute, and we are definitely about to get out of the first quarter. And just to kind of give you a heads up, Sky took 10-0 over Pryor. And Coweta, no, I don't need to know that East Central game. But Claremore and Collinsville are 14-all. And this time he's going to get a chance to return.
No.
And the defender was waiting on him, and he drags him. He fumbled. Did he fumble the ball?
No.
Okay. Bolton on the return, and the defender was waiting on him that time, and he just carried him about 3 yards. So,
yeah, he's been waiting to make that return.
Yeah,
he finally gets an opportunity, and he gets after. I think he got 2 or 3 yards. After that first hit, he carries that other guy 2 or 3 yards with him.
Yeah, he had a defender on his back. He carried him about 2 yards.
He's pretty fired up tonight.
Yeah, he wants that touchdown. That's what it is. He wants to return that for a touchdown. So we are 26 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Rangers trail 28-0. Comets with the ball. Ranger side of the field. Ball about the 38-yard line. I said the 40, about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Comets going from right to left. And he quick snap. Schultz hands the ball off. Reese Jones will gain about 3. Gain tackle by the Rangers. Number 58 and 28. That's going to be 55. I'm sorry. Calvin Tyson. It's going to be a gain of about 3. So the defense, again, is looking pretty tight, trying to make sure nothing happens here. You know what I mean? They've given up 28, but they're trying to, one thing I do like to see is they're not giving up.
Right.
That's what I like to see. They're not giving up.
Yeah, I think it's going to get more and more difficult for them, but, we'll just have to see how many more points we put on the board here. Well, Coach starts sending in some subs, and here probably in the second half, I'd imagine, depending on the score. And
so here we go, folks. That is the end of the first quarter with the score. Your Comets lead 28-0 over the visiting Hale Rangers senior night. So, you got they kind of walk into a buzzsaw, a good team, and plus it's an emotional night. So, they're going to come out swinging, which, if I could say, Coach, same thing for the Comets next week. We're going into Tahlequah, senior night for them. So they're going to be amped up, and the Comets have been known to go on the road and go flat.
Well, and Claremore's a perfect example of that. So, Claremore's a team that we can beat. They got to have the confidence that they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Exactly. So the play is about to resume. Comets with the ball, 2nd and 7. Jackson Schultz is still your quarterback. He goes under center. Man, he had to get by a running back. He's thinking about pitching, and he finally does. And, man, were the Rangers waiting on that. Reese Jones just got mauled and lost about 3 yards on that play.
What a great job by the Hale Rangers as far as their pursuit.
Yes.
That was a great job in pursuit. So, you're right. They've not given up. They're ready to get after it. So, here we are, their defensive nose tackle right there taking a knee, getting ready for play to start. So, That's a great pursuit.
Lost 4 on that play. It's 3rd and 11. I mean, that defense, like you said, Coach, they stretched that play as far as they could stretch it.
They did a great job there.
It's 3rd down.
And here goes the Comets up. He gives it up to Bolton, and Bolton is still moving. No, that's Cabrera, and Cabrera's going to have the first down.
Great job by the senior Cabrera.
Yes, indeed. He's going to be brought down by Donald Ogans. But the Comets are deep in the Ranger territory here.
Inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
So it's about the 18-yard line. Move the chains. First down, Comets. 11 minutes and counting left in the first half.
That's just some great blocking.
Yes, it was.
Some great blocking by the offensive line, some downfield blocking there in the second level as well. So
he didn't get touched till he got to the second level.
Yeah, it was some pretty good blocking there by the offensive line. Big-time surge.
And running back's going to run right into the heart of the Ranger defense, and he's going to get about they're going to give him at least 7. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, and there was defensive line back there because they were getting driven back that far. So offensive line is firing off low and hard and driving their feet against this Rangers defensive line.
At about the 11-yard line.
So you just follow the walls, all you got to do.
Basically, yeah. If the wall's moving the direction you want it to go, just stay behind until it stops and try to get around it. So the Comets go back to an I formation. Schultz will be under center. Hands it off. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. And the Rangers were waiting on him. He may pick up the first down. He does. But
Great second effort.
Yes, indeed. Gain tackle by the Rangers. In leading the way, it's going to be number 8 is Keanu Lee. And it looks like number 10, A.J. Gastelum. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Move the chains. 1st and goal for the Comets. Ball on the 9. 9 yards to go to add on to the score.
It's great to see Jackson Schultz out here getting some play time, getting some reps as a senior.
Yes,
doing
indeed.
A great job. I mean, and getting your other quarterback some reps in case he needs them for Tahlequah.
Exactly.
In case we want to use him and set him up for some plays in Tahlequah.
Hands the ball off, and he's going to be short of the goal line by like 1 yard was Applewhite. And on that tackle was going to be Keanu Lee again.
Goal line, just mark that the 1 yard line. Second down goal.
So 2nd and goal, ball on the 1. Schultz comes right back out with the play. A game like this, you got to find something to keep the kids interested because you could easily lose interest in a game like this. I mean, you're still in the first half. You're already up by 28 points, and they have really no real threat of scoring.
Well, and you've got to,
touchdown, Comets. That's right. Jackson Schultz will get his 2nd one of the night.
Great job by the offensive line. He just got a step to the right gap, and it was on the left side and walked right in the end zone.
Yes, it is.
Great job. So we are thankfully in the second quarter here because this is getting ready to be 35-0.
Yes, indeed.
Out of the hole by Jake McMurray.
Well, you just look at the numbers on the Hale squad. There's so many guys are playing both ways.
Yes.
We ran across that in the Memorial game.
Yes, indeed. And the extra point's good. Go ahead.
And so, get some of those other kids into the game. And I know we're going to get some of our other juniors and sophomores in the game. We've got a couple freshmen that have actually suited up for this game as well. So, and I know that we got Corey Lewis, one of our freshmen. He's out this week. Broke his hand last Friday. But I believe he's going to be in a club on his hand for the Tahlequah game. So that'll be good to have because, help us out with a little more speed in our secondary. Yes. He definitely has the speed to keep up with most receivers probably in this district. So that's going to be good to have that going. And, it's just going to be – it needs to be an exciting game. You need to bring the atmosphere of home to Tahlequah.
Yes.
And just be fired up and ready to play because – if you want to be district champion bad enough, you'll find a way to get fired up for it.
And I think the Comets really need to break that streak because we've seen it. They go on the road, big game, and they kind of come out like.
Well, it's going to be loud, right? right?
Exactly.
It was loud at Claremore.
Yes, it was. Very loud. Yep.
The announcers blaring loud. They're jumping up and down, waving their towels. I mean, you got to be just
as crazy as they are,
yeah,
practically.
And definitely keep your head in.
And the kickoff is fumbled, and he picks it up, gets around a couple of guys, still on his feet, and they will bring him down as Ahmad Jones on the return for the Rangers, and they'll have it 1st and 10, and he needs help getting up after the run.
All right, so I got to brag a little bit more about that freshman team that finished 9-0 this year against that Bixby team, and they had also 8-0 their 8th grade year.
Yes, they were. I actually saw the championship game.
That was 7th grade. So
that was 7th grade. Okay.
7th grade, they were 11-0.
Yes.
So they finished the last 3 years undefeated, 28-0. That freshman team that's coming up next year, sophomores.
Wow, that is impressive.
Pretty exciting.
And I can actually vouch for Coach because I called a lot of their games, almost all of them, all the home games definitely. So it's going to be interesting. His quarterback, he throws across the middle. It hits the ground incomplete. On the coverage was number 6, David Griggs, intended for Ahmad Jones.
Ahmad Jones is incomplete.
I think these seniors are having a good time tonight.
Yeah.
They're having a good time in this game right here, I think.
Yes, indeed. They should be having a good time.
Second down.
So 2nd down and 10. Rangers trying to make something happen here. He gives it to his running back right up the middle. He fumbled the ball.
Fumbles.
And it's
we
picked up by the Comets. Actually, Jack Barkley picked it up and was trying to take it to the house. Referees have not overturned it or denied it. Yes, it is a fumble.
It is a fumble. It's our football.
Yes, indeed. Comets will have it deep in Ranger territory.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Comets.
Jack Barkley tried to make something happen, boy.
Yeah, he was going after. He's quarterback on the JV squad, and I know he's got some wheels on him. He can get after it.
I mean, he loves to throw the ball deep. That kid has an arm on him, too.
Yep.
He really does. Loves to throw the ball deep. And we're going to have a timeout, Comets, actually, if you can believe that. So at 8:39 left in the half, Comets with the ball will take a timeout. I see a lot of changes from the players on this drive.
Yeah, as far as substitutions, you think?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for that I could not find. Substitutions. I see a lot of them coming. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't. I mean, you're up 35-0. So.
Well, definitely at the half we should hopefully start seeing some substitutions. Do like to see these seniors play as much as possible, but it does definitely look like we've got some substitutions coming in. Oh, I'm sorry, we're playing offense. My bad.
See, you did like I did.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I did just what you did. Get confused on where we are.
Where we are, because we've been on off. We've been there so much that it's kind of like, where are we now? So 1st down for the Comets. Hands off the ball to running back right up the middle. He bounces off a guy who's going to be brought down, number 33, Jacob Bright on the carry. Tackled by number 29, Donald Ogans.
Jacob Bright's a sophomore. So
yes, he is.
It's good to see a good run out of Jacob Bright there.
He gains 5 on that. It'll be 2nd and 5.
So here later on the game, looking forward to seeing some sophomores, some offensive line on sophomores, because kind of get a picture of, what offensive line is going to look like for the next 2 years. Man, this group that we have this year, this group of seniors and juniors in this squad, man, just unbelievable. So
yes,
good.
Indeed. Oh, we're going to have a flag. Delay a game against the Comets. Really? Nope, they took a timeout before it happened. So, timeout. Comets with 7:53 left in the half. Comets avoid a 5-yard penalty. Will take a timeout. We have a running back there, number 27, and I don't have him on my list, actually, for the Comets. But he's back there with Jacob Bright, actually.
Okay, yeah, I don't see him on the roster from the website either. Let's see. You have the program, right?
I have the program, yeah, and he didn't make the program. Quite odd. It looks like it's going to be 37. I guess I couldn't see his number right. So it's 37, not 27. That's Kyle Mathis.
Okay. Yeah, junior.
Yep. And Kyle Mathis out there. I think he can give it back to Bright, see what he can do with it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Quarterback under center, pitches it out to Bright. Bright trying to turn the corner. He does, gets a block, and he
great.
will jump into the end
Touchdown.
zone. Touchdown, Comets! Jacob Bright on the carry. Jumped over the defender to get into the end zone.
Yeah, Kyle, number 37, Kyle Mathis, threw a great block.
Yes, he did.
And then Bright just took the inside of that block and went right up the field. Great job.
Yes, he did. And one thing I will say that I was glad that he didn't do, that I've seen a lot of kids doing today, is cutting back.
Right.
I can't stand the cutback, but these kids see the pros and the college guys do it. I watched an 8th grade game, and a kid had a blocking on the outside, cut back, and just got mauled.
Yeah.
And the extra point attempt is good with 7:47 left in the half. Comets lead big over the Rangers. Back to my story. I was announcing for another school, and
7:47 left in
the kid had a blocker going around the outside, and his blocker basically told him, "Follow me," and he goes with him. And as soon as he sees a gap, he cuts back and just gets mauled. And the kid helps him up and looks at him like, "Why did you do that?"
Well, I cut the youth program. You know, I coached the youth program, and in the 7th grade team that I'm head coaching with. Great group of kids. I mean, they're just, they're all so great. All the kids that are in the youth program. And I see it constantly. And we have Huddle now.
Yes.
The same program that the high school uses. We've got Huddle, so it's really technical. I can draw a big giant circle right there on the video. It says, here's all that green space that you should be running in, and you're way up here going into where all the guys are.
Yes, exactly.
And you got all this space. Oh, here we go.
And he runs into his own man, spins, it will be wrapped up and brought down. Fortunately, he ran into his own man because he actually had room to run.
He did.
Blake Fields of the Comets on the tackle.
Yeah, Kyle Mathis and Blake Fields in there on the tackle. Jack Stieferman was actually in on there on that one as well. So the Rangers have the ball 1st and 10. They've had decent field position, except for in the first quarter, they kind of got pinned deep, but they've had some decent field position.
Yeah, it looks like we got some sophomores out there. I see Philip Woolslayer out there, number 46.
I think one of the coolest plays last year we played Hale, he got to be the running back while his brother was the quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Pass, dropped, intended for Jones. Hit him right in the hands. He's like, these poor guys can't seem to buy a break. I mean.
No, it's they're really struggling.
Second down.
So still got senior Nick Stellies out there, number 52, senior.
For those who'd like to know, Claremore, Collinsville, 14 tie. Scott took over prior, 10-0 still. Yes. No scores have been updated yet, but that's what we have for right now.
Sky Tooth's favored in that game, so they should win that game.
High snap, gets it down, and then fumbled the ball again. It's still loose. I think it might have been picked up by a Ranger offensive lineman. He got his dream. Yes, he did. Offensive lineman got his dream. Ball picked that ball up. He was trying to make something happen there. He sure was. Number 30, I think I want to say number 55 or 30, one of the two. Between the two, Donald Ogans or Calvin Tyson. Ball hit him in the hands, and he was just, oh, yeah. Time to make something happen.
That's right.
So 3rd down and 11, 7 minutes left in this half. Comets trying to definitely put the Rangers away. Back to pass. He has time. He scrambles, and he rolls 10 yards back practically just to throw the ball. And he throws it on an angle. Oh, he hit his receiver dead in the chest, and he dropped it. Hit him dead in the chest. Would have been a first down. Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he thought that football was for him. I don't think he thought it was for him because the receiver that was to the left of him was wide open. He's got his hands up in the air saying, hey, I'm open, I'm open. The quarterback sees it, goes over his hands, and then the other guy's like, whoa, there it is. So it looked like it just caught him by surprise.
But that's just vision by your quarterback to see you wide open. And a lot of quarterbacks don't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
That kid was wide open there.
Yeah.
The other kid was wide open. So that was a pretty wild play right there.
Yes, it was, but it hit him right in the chest.
Yeah.
He's good. And he just laid on the ground. You can see he was just sick.
High snap.
And he gets this one away. No one was back to return it, and it's going to take a roll for the Rangers. But it looks like it's going to head out of bounds, and it does. Is about the 26-yard line, and that's where the Comets will take over. But, man, he was so wide open, and you have to love the arm of that quarterback. I mean, on the run, throws a rope. I mean, he throws a rope and hits his receiver between the numbers, which would be hard because he only had one, but he hit him right in the middle.
I really thought that he was trying to get the other kid that jumped for it.
Yeah, I saw him jump, but that went right through his hands.
And he was open.
Yes, he was.
And I think that's what threw off the other receiver is that the ball went through his hands, and then he was just surprised that it got to him. He thought maybe he was going to get caught by the other guy. I don't know, but it did. I mean, bam, right in the numbers, and the ball goes right to the ground. I mean, they're dropping passes like flies.
Oh my goodness! I mean, this poor quarterback is like, "What do I have to do?
What do I have to do?
Come on, guys! I'm getting you the ball. It'd be different if I wasn't getting you the ball.
More stick 'em.
Hands off the ball. Running back is going to be. Looks like Bright, yeah, and Bright's just going to be gang tackled by the Rangers after a gain of about 4. Leading the way is going to be number 8, number 28 for the Rangers, Keanu Lee, and it's going to be Kareem Meeks, Desmond Jones. Gain of 4 to be second down and 6. But, that reminds me of Lester Hayes when he played back for the Raiders. He had tons of stick. He would wrap his arms up because you could wear those arm pads or those elbow pads, and he would just wrap his arms up with tape and then stick them all over it. And anything that came near him, he just had to stick his arm out, and the ball would just stay there. Quarterback's going to keep this one.
Jack
Bartley makes a guy miss. He's going to get the first down. What a little shake and bake move, man. It got the guy to miss him.
Yes.
He's going to pick up the first down, and Desmond Jones brings him down.
He goes from nose tackle to quarterback.
Yes, he does. That's quite a scary sight to know nose tackle can run the ball.
If I'm on playing defense, like, man, that guy plays nose tackle. I don't know if I want to hit him or not. He's a big boy. He's gonna run me over.
But
he's gonna truck me.
He showed a little skill though, man. He did a little shimmy and shook a guy.
Yeah. I was like, he needs to be he did that instead of a truck because he's got to play some defense too.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, ball's on the ground.
And the Rangers, did they get it?
I think they got it.
Yes, they did. Whoa, we could have a penalty here.
Oh,
yep,
yeah,
we
that's
are.
A penalty. That's a penalty.
I think that's number 2. Yeah. Malik Adams got caught trying to pull Barkley's helmets off almost. Yeah, and then he tried to get up and act like he didn't do nothing wrong. And the Rangers will get the ball, but they're going to have a sportsmanlike conduct penalty. Personal foul, they're going to go 15 yards. Yeah. This will be the best field position they've had all night, and they've just nullified it. I'm sorry, it's number 3. You're right. Because Isaiah Chapman, dead ball, personal foul, face mask will go against the Rangers.
Yeah, he grabbed his helmet.
And then he tried to act like he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he basically tried to pick him up by his helmet.
He did. He
get
literally
him off
did.
the football. I mean, you got to know better than that.
Yeah. So 15 yards, back them up, and they're going to have the ball 1st and 10, and they're going to be at the 50-yard line. I'm going to the 49 of the Comets. Best field position all night for them.
Yep, and it just got negated.
Yeah, and they would have had it on the 34-yard line, and here they are now at the 49-yard line.
You got to be celebrating. I mean, they're already, pointing the possession their way. One of the players is pointing possession their way. There was no reason to do that.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the Rangers have had cooler heads. They've had cool heads where they could be going off and doing stupid stuff, and sure enough, they do that. Quarterback on the run. He rolls to his right, and he has room to run, and he throws it anyway. Caught! And he's beyond the line of scrimmage. He has a guy still on his feet, and he's going to be mowed down, but it will be an illegal forward pass as he crossed the line of scrimmage. He should have just ran. He had room to run.
He had a first down.
Yes, he did. An illegal forward pass against the
Reminder 28 Desmond Jones, 8-9 with the same. However, there's a flag on the play, and it appears that there was an infraction of the rules at the point of the pass.
Yeah, it looked like he was where the flag was, maybe a yard.
Yeah, he was a yard across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So an illegal forward pass. And it's going to be
so it's 2nd down.
So second down and 11. Oh, actually, it's going to be about second down and 13 now. With 122, again, just like we talked about, penalties. You get the ball on 34-yard line, unsportsmanlike conduct. Person on face mask. He turns the corner, has room to run. And he throws the ball when he should have just kept running.
Okay, now I'm interested in the World Series score.
Yeah, don't tell me because I'm recording that thing. No, go ahead. That's I'm a huge Cub fan.
Yeah, so
and he has a man. Oh!
I don't know.
Two receivers in the area, and no one tried to catch it.
Oh, we have 4 defenders in the area.
Yeah, and he had 2 receivers in the area, and no one tried to catch the ball. They just looked at each other.
I don't know if they knew the ball was coming or
this quarterback is putting the ball to whoever's open.
He can throw the football.
He's like the pro quarterbacks, like Drew Brees and Rodgers. He doesn't care who's on the team. If you're open, you're getting it. So you better be catching it. And I like that. I mean, because you in this grade in college, you get a favorite guy, and all the teams know that all they do is double and triple team this guy. You'll never get him the ball. Right. But this kid is throwing it to whoever he sees open. He's slinging it towards you. So, and unfortunately, they've let him down. They've let him down all night. He's going to be lost this time.
Sacked.
Yep, he's going. Yep, finally bring him down. After he fights, number 18, Ryan Jeffries brings him down, along with number 53 and 52. That's going to be Nick Stelly Jr. and Jack Culver. I'd like to do a quick shout-out to Jack Culver. His brother played for a while. He played baseball, I believe. He's in Oregon watching.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's in Oregon. I talked to his parents before the game, and he's in Oregon watching, and I just want to tell him, hey, because he is a cancer survivor.
Oh,
wow. The kid is in. I knew him when he was coming up. His dad used to run the clock when I announced, and we found out later as time went on, he had got cancer. He had beat it, and now he's graduated college from Oklahoma State, and now he's in Oregon. He's living a dream. He's believe it or not, he has his own winery, something in that area where he's making his own wine.
Wow. That is definitely living the dream.
Oh, yes, it is, man. It is living the dream. What guy wouldn't want that?
Might have to look that up and see if I can order some of that. They got an online store maybe.
I figured you'd like that.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yes, indeed. But saw his parents before I came into the stadium, and they told me about him. And I said if I mentioned Jack Culver's name, that's his younger brother, and I'd give him a shout-out as well. And so there you go, parents, young man. I, enjoyed him, the time I got to talk to him and everything. Great kid to be around. It hurt my heart when I found out he had cancer. But he's doing well now. And, folks, it is halftime. Your Comets lead 42-0. We're going to take off and let you guys enjoy the halftime festivities as well as senior night. I am Sam Harbin.
I'm Coach Axe.
This is BKTV.live. We'll be back after this.
I'd never been in an atmosphere like that in my life. There's construction at one point just doing the back and forth across the gym.
If we could have all cheer and senior football parents, senior cheerleader and senior football parents, go ahead and make your way down to the south end zone. Thank you.
How are you doing? Good.
When I was at Kelly.
Okay.
I was a sophomore. She ended up bringing me my
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I did.
Hey, Cindy, who are you supposed to be tomorrow at your reunion? Sheila Bryant? I didn't know who you said.
She's the one that's like, bring your boys. And I was like, Sheila, it's 10 o'clock. And they're starting at 10 and the game's at 11. She's like, I don't even have tickets. We'll be there all the whole day. So I was asking Bryce if he wanted to go and just play or whatever. And he was like, sure, I'll go. He goes, but
All right, let's get this going.
That's what it says. Yeah, another. It's nice. It's
Yeah, Piedmont's getting their best reality 20 something.
Are they?
Doesn't matter because we get second round as District 1. Which is the top three teams in the state. Although Collinsville kicked the whole crap out of it.
That was a once in a lifetime good deal. People don't go down there.
That's all it takes.
That's right. You're right. I'm just
And
saying.
it doesn't matter. They got to come here.
I was blown away. Yeah,
Win
you're right.
next week. They got to come here. Whoever it is.
Maybe we're on TV or the world is. Having a good night, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bishop Kelly and Angela across the field for tonight's senior night festivities, honoring our senior cheerleaders and members of the senior football team. First up tonight, from the cheer squad, Leah Bilbrey. Leah is escorted by Todd and Allison Bilbrey. Jessica Gray. Jessica is escorted by David and Afton Gray. Anna Hanish. Anna is escorted by John and Sharon Hanish. Megan Mulder. Megan is escorted by Jeff and Leslie Mulder. Josie Osentowski. Josie is escorted by Tyler and Kelly Doyle. Emma Sacco. Emma is escorted by Robert and Amy Sacco. Allison Stuckey. Allison is escorted by Todd and Jody Stuckey. Maddie Veit. Maddie is escorted by Kevin and Sherry Veit. And now for our senior football players for 2016-2017. First up is Christian Applewhite. Christian is escorted by Jeff Applewhite and Laura and Thomas Scrivenger. David Cabrera. David is escorted by Esperidian, Lucy, and Zuli Cabrera. Joel Dudley. Joel is escorted by Paul and Dana Dudley. Sean Flayhive. Sean is escorted by Jim and Kim Flayhive. David Griggs. David is escorted by Gary and Christine Griggs. Jake Jeffries. Jake is escorted by Gary and Joan Cameron. Mark Kiefer. Mark is escorted by Brian and Stephanie Kiefer. Kevin King. Kevin is escorted by Mark and Gretchen King. Adam Krawcheck. Adam is escorted by Rick and Jeannie Krawcheck. Sam Moss. Sam is escorted tonight by his father, Doug Moss. Joe Nemick. Joe is escorted by Jim Nemick. Charlie Pilkington. Charlie is escorted by Charlie and Sarita Pilkington. Ryan Patrick. Ryan is escorted by Annie Swanson and Mark Patrick. Jackson Schultz. Jackson is escorted by Mark and Colleen Schultz. Matt Smith. Matt is escorted tonight by Jeff and Jeannie Smith. Michael Solomon. Michael is escorted tonight by Stuart and Dana Solomon. Nick Stelly. Nick is escorted tonight by Nick and Sherry Stelly. Joseph Tasker. Joseph is escorted tonight by Treek and Mary Jo Tasker. Kyle Urich. Kyle is escorted tonight by Brian and Marian Urich. Jason Webb. Jason is escorted tonight by Kevin and Aaron Webb. Senior athletic trainers from this year's football team. Brooke Thagard. Escorted by Scott and Marcia Thagard. Sarah Walton. Sarah's escorted by Bo and Leslie Harrison and Jim and Kristen Walton. Senior managers from this year's football team. Joe Ashford. Joe is escorted by Doug and Amy Ashford. Natalie Klontz. Natalie is escorted by JR and Adelina Klontz. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us recognize the 2016-17 senior members of our cheer squad and our football team.
I'll put it in personal for that. You're holding baseball. It's not. It's time to go. The right side's not there.
Hi, I'm Mary Chris Revard from the class of 2014, and I am excited to introduce the BK family to Gateway Mortgage Group. Gateway Mortgage is Oklahoma's largest independent mortgage company and employs over 1,000 people across the country. Everything Gateway does revolves around their core value of being passionate about strengthening families. When you need a mortgage company for the next place you will call home, consider Gateway Mortgage Group, where we close loans on time, every time.
And, folks, we are back. Halftime is over. Senior night. All the seniors and parents were congratulated as your Comets lead big, 42-0 over the Hale Rangers. Comets won the toss, deferred to the second half, and now the Comets are waiting for the kickoff, and they have a feeling that the Rangers may try an onside kick here, Coach.
Oh, they were going to try and do that little squib kick.
They didn't do the dab, though.
Oh, yeah, the dab. See? I'm telling you, man, what a great opportunity to have some serious fun with that.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I think they should do it, but no one's done it yet. So, and they send this one deep, and it's going to go straight to Jacob Bright, and Bright's looking for some room to run. He gets a couple of blocks, zigzags around, runs to his own man, but will be brought down, and there's another penalty, and this may be face mask again.
Man.
And Bright's dead. Yeah, he got poked in the eye.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy reached into his face mask and got him. That's going to be a 15-yarder. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you can see he's holding his eyes as they come with the call, personal foul. Yes, personal foul, face mask. That'll be 15 yards at the end of that run.
Right off the bat.
As you talked about it right before the end of the half, penalties, and they start the third quarter. Penalties.
It's got to be. I mean, I can't imagine the frustration of the coaching staff over there on the Hale sideline. And I mean, what are you going to do at this point? You know? What are you going to say? What are you going to do? I mean, what can you say and what can you do at this point to put a stop to those senseless penalties?
Exactly. You had them pinned back between the 30 and the 35, and here they are at the 45 now. Well, actually had them pinned back at the 25, and then here they are at the 45 because you reached into someone's helmet and basically tried to gouge his eyes out.
Well, and not only are they just, not a good team, they're just not well coached.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yep. I hear you. Jack Steiferman will get the carry, and the Rangers defense actually showed up and put a stop to that and make it as a 4-yard loss. Yes, indeed, leading the way. That's going to be big number 60. You hadn't called him all night. Jared Dunbar led the way on that stop.
Jack Peterson on the stop for the Rangers. Loss of about 3 on the play. Second down.
So, second down and about 14. Comets, first time they've really been, kind of hit this hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got definitely going to have some sophomores in the game probably right now, looks like.
Yeah, offensive line as well. And we're going to have another flag. This one may go against the Comets in offensive holding as Steiferman on the carry again, and Steiferman on the carry, and number 28 on the tackle for the Rangers. That's going to be Desmond Jones. And they're going to call holding to see if they accept it. The Rangers may not accept this because there's another loss on the play. No, they're going to take it, yes. Offensive holding against the Comets. They're going to go ahead and back them up.
Well, we're already 3 yards behind the sticks, so.
Well, this just gives.
I thought we were. I thought we'd had a loss there at that one play, but.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Well, just to kind of give you an update, Collinsville is beating Claremore 21-14 right now. Yeah. So they're going to replay second down.
Yeah, that ought to put them in, if they win that game, put them in a solid third place.
Yes, indeed.
And then be interesting to see who the fourth place is, which will be the fourth team to get into the playoffs.
And they're back to pass, and he lets one go, and he has a man. Oh, it's pass interference. And they will call it as Jack. Barkley let it rip left-handed, and he had a man down the sideline. Will be pass interference on the defense. It was intended for 85 Dewey Bledsoe. And, man, Barkley put that ball right where it had to be.
Intended for Dewey Bledsoe.
That was a great pass by Jack Barkley right there.
I told you he loves the deep ball, man.
Yep, he throws it right into the wind, down the field.
With no effort at all. Just let it rip. He sure did. Let it rip. No effort at all.
Well, we watched him in practice early on this year. We noticed the strong arm.
Yes,
we
did.
noticed the bullets and the getting the ball downfield, so we did notice that strong left-hand arm.
As he's going to stay your quarterback, he's back to pass. He's looking. He has the same man. He goes again
and it's
to the same guy. Underthrow. And again, fortunately for us, Nathan Hale cannot catch because they should have been intercepted.
Yeah, poor guys. Yeah. Well, okay, so maybe he just didn't step into that throw well enough.
I don't think he did.
Looked like he threw off his back foot a little bit, so got to work on that.
Because he had his man beat. The receiver had his man beat. And I'm shocked coach is letting him air it out like this. He's just letting it rip, man. Because, Coach, we talked to him over the summer. He said he laughed himself and was like, the kid loves the long ball, man. He just loves throwing deep. And he's letting him rip, too. He's letting him have it. He's going to keep it himself. Nope, he's reversing his field, gets by one guy, runs into his own man, and it's going to be brought down, wrapped up by Isaiah Chapman, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach is going to like that very much when he sees that on film.
No, he's not. That was a bad decision. He had a running back he should have gave the ball to, but he tried to make something out of nothing, and he wound up costing him.
Well, the benefits of being young, just a sophomore, an opportunity to learn from those mistakes. And, man, that's what I stress so much on the youth football side is that, man, you don't ever fear those mistakes.
Exactly. Good punt. Wow, nice long punt. And he drops it at the 20-yard line, picks it up, and he's trying to get around the corner. He gets 2 blocks. Ooh. And the Comets finally corral him, and he's just hard to bring down. Finally, they bring him down, and I think they stripped the ball from him.
I think the referee's saying that he's down.
Yep, and it looks like number 46 for the Comets got someone put a hand in his face. Woolslayer, yeah. Someone put a hand in his face because he's wiping his face now. Now I'm hoping that the Rangers aren't going into bad tactics now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's going to be holding against the Rangers. They had the ball at the 29-yard line. Now they're going to be backed up 10 more yards.
They've got to maintain. They got to maintain the sportsmanship. I mean, I know it's pretty difficult at 42-0 at the half. So, but you really got to work hard. Coaches got to have to step in and say you got to maintain your sportsmanship here. I mean, maybe you got to call a timeout to get everybody settled down, but it's getting a little bit crazy over there.
It's character. I mean, your character is starting to show now. You get B-bats or you start playing dirty. No, I mean, you don't want to be known like that.
And on our side, we've got some younger kids out there right now. We've got some sophomore boys playing out there right now. So it's opportunity for Hale to step it up a little bit.
Exactly.
And make some plays against some of our sophomore boys.
Exactly. But a lot of their guys are sophomores.
That's true.
So it's not like they really have
That's true. Not really a leg up.
They don't. They're playing. They're lack of a better word. They're almost evenly matched now.
Right. Yeah. That's very true.
So that play will go for a gain of make it 7. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Rangers as they're trying to get down the field. Again, on the carry is going to be Chapman, who's pretty much been the workhorse tonight for this Ranger offense, besides the quarterback number 4, Douglas, but he's no longer in there. Is he? Let me see. Did they pull him? No, he's still the quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still your quarterback, so they didn't pull him. As he has a running back going in motion. Gets the ball high, snap, he keeps it. And he runs right into the heart of the Comet defense and gets maybe a yard. Yep, several players in on that for the Comets. Definitely 46 and 73 and 85. So 46 is Philip Woolslayer. 73 is Sebastian Gutierrez. And 75 Christopher Sire. So 3rd down and 2. So the Comets, this will be good for the sophomore team if they can actually,
make a stop.
A stop here. You're right, Coach. Just get him off the field. High snap, hands to his running back. Comets were back there waiting on him.
And we got him.
Yes, they did. They wrapped him up, and there's like nothing going on there as they're still trying to push him forward, and they finally stop it. And just tons of people. Kyle Mathis is well in there. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. He shouldn't have got he got a yard out of that. Well, 4th and 2, so – they're going to go for it. I mean, what do you have to lose? Time is ticking away here as we've been moved to a running clock because of the score. So
I also see number 55, Price Pettit, out there.
Yes, he is. He's your no guard.
I coached him when my son was 1st grader. We had a 1st and 2nd grade team, and he was a 2nd grader on our team, on our 1st and 2nd grade team. So he still remembers me. I remember him. Great kid. He's a big boy out there playing nose tackle. He's going to get after it.
Yes, he is. Here we go. I think we're going to have a timeout. Yes, we're going to have a timeout. And the Rangers will take a timeout with 3:09 left in the 3rd quarter. The Comets lead 42-0. Just been back and forth here. No one's really been able to move anything. The Comets have, pretty much come down to their sophomores and juniors in there. So the Rangers have been playing the whole game with sophomores and juniors and a couple of seniors. So they're pretty much evenly matched now, and that's where we are. For those who don't want to know why the clock is going so fast, because of the score, I think both coaches agreed to go ahead and have a running clock. So it's not a 90-0 game because it could easily be. But
Well, just think of this opportunity for these seniors to have an opportunity at a district championship.
Yes.
Opportunity to have a home game for the playoffs.
Most definitely.
So, I mean, this could be a great year for this senior class. And, man, they seem to be stronger now. They proved that they were really strong last weekend.
High snap, quarterback keeper.
And he gets it.
Yeah, he's going to get the first down. It's just a power move for him. He picked up 3. Flag on the play, believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe it.
This might be a holding. It may come back. Yes, it will be. Face mask.
mask.
The Comets give a 5-yard face mask. It wasn't personal foul, so it'd only be 5 yards. So it'll be 5 yards added to the end of that run. Well, let's see if they give him 15 because he didn't do personal foul. And if you don't do personal foul, it's just a 5-yard face mask.
Be first and 10 for the Rangers at the 36-yard line of Hale.
Yeah, so it was a 5. He got the first down, and they marked off 5 yards. So Comets survive a huge 15-yard penalty that would have put him into the other side. So quarterback still back. He fumbles the ball, and the Comets are on it, and they get him, and they're going to ride him to the ground. No, he just throws it away, and that's going to be intentional grounding. And there was number, I want to say 89. Oh, where'd he go?
88.
88. That's what I was looking for, 88. And we don't have an 88 on our roster, so it's a younger guy. It's one of our younger players. Blake Fields. Okay, Blake Fields, we have a name. Blake Fields, got back there when he fumbled the ball and was able to get on him, and he just threw it away, so you get intentional grounding, which is going to be a 10-yard penalty, added on to the sack. So it's like second down and oh, my goodness.
An illegal outward sideways pass, I guess.
20.
It's about 27 yards. Is it second and 27, 28?
28 is what they've got on the
scoreboard. Yeah, so second and 28. This is long. And they'll be lucky just to get a first down out of this, let alone try to make something happen. He slings it, and he has a guy. This kid has an arm on him.
He does.
And I am really impressed. If he could just get a couple of receivers to, be able to catch the balls he's throwing, he will be a dynamic player. He really will. He would have a lot of schools looking at him, and I don't mean the small ones either. He would have a lot of bigger-name colleges looking at him because the kid can throw the ball.
Right.
He's accurate, and he can run. So, and he's more of a pocket passer. He's not a dual threat where, first thing he looks for is running. He will sit back in the pocket and survey the field and look for his men. So, that's a bright future for him if he can keep it up. I know he's on a bad team, but still good players come off of bad teams as well. He throws it. He has a man wide open. His man stopped.
Oh, yes, he took a big hit on that play, too.
Yes, he did. And it
looked like that was number 88 again.
Yeah, 88 again, yeah.
Number 88, Dewey Bledsoe out there again in that quarterback's face, it looked like.
But his receiver gave up on the route again. The kid has an arm. Why would you not keep running?
Sure. Oh, yeah, Pete Alonso's out there. Yeah, Pete Alonso's out there, freshman, playing some football from the freshman team, number 17.
And that will bring the third quarter to an end as no team was able to score. Both teams moved the ball. Lots of penalties. So we'll end the third quarter with the same score we had at halftime. Your Comets lead 42-0 over the visiting Rangers here on senior night. Well, Coach, it's really not much to say. You know what I mean? Because it's like this. Everyone knew it was going to be a blowout, but no one knew how bad it was going to be a blowout. So you're kind of where we are now. So
yeah, definitely a blowout. They're going to let the clock pretty much run. And everybody's having a good time here and dancing, and the seniors are looking to get ready for next week, although they're dancing, having a good time. Yeah, you definitely got to enjoy this, their last home game, unless the playoffs show up.
Yes.
But last regular season home game, man, you work so hard to get to this point.
Yes, you do. You
put
really
in
do.
So many hours on the field, in the weight room, conditioning. I mean, running. Who likes to run all the time?
Another deep one. No, they're going to punt this. I'm sorry. And it's going to take a Ranger roll. Believe me, that ball rolled for a good 15 yards.
And at the 33-yard line out, Bishop Kelly will be first and 10 Comets.
So the Comets will take over first and 10. See if Barkley comes back out as the quarterback. Yep, see if your boy Barkley comes back out, because he is. And I say that it just in figure of speech, but Barkley, we watched him, like I said, in summertime when we first got introduced to the young man. And he has a heart of a lion. I mean, he will play defense, and he is all about trying to get the hit. And then he turns around, and you put the ball in his hand, he's trying to throw it 90 yards down the field.
How often do you see a quarterback win the nose tackle position on the varsity squad?
Exactly.
I mean, not very often are you going to see that.
Yep, so here we go, folks. Barkley is your quarterback. He gets it, hands it off to his running back, and he's still on his feet, makes a guy miss, and he's going to gain about 7 or 8 on his play. That's going to be Jacob Bright carrying that one. Quarterback Ahmad Jones in on the tackle, along with number 30, and that's going to be Colton Fields. He gains 8, so it'll be second down and 2.
Coach Eric Roke does such a great job with the offensive line. I mean, he calls in the Rhinos, these boys. They're the Rhinos. And, man, this squad right here did such a great job of blocking for that run play just in that last play.
Yes, they did. He gives it back to him again. He makes a couple of guys miss in the backfield, but the Rangers will corral him and bring him down after no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. See where they spot it.
So, this is great opportunity for them to evaluate themselves on film. To look at what kind of mistakes they might be making and get those mistakes corrected and get ready for next year, because these boys are going to have to step it up,
they're going to be expected to do a lot after this year.
And they got big shoes to fill next year after we lose some seniors off the offensive line. So it's good to get them in here and get them some reps on in a varsity game.
But the awesome thing is they have solid running backs coming back.
Oh, yes.
And all the line needs to do is crack a hole, and the running backs will do the rest. As Bright cuts back, makes a guy miss, and he's going to be tripped up.
Should be a first down.
It will be. He'll get it by the shoestring.
All right.
Move the chains, first and 10. Bright on the carry, first down.
And they're not going to stop the clock for the chains. They're just going to keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, and because of the score is so bad,
right.
I mean, they're gonna and they've done this before when these two teams meet. Even when we were on the road playing Nathan Hale, they did it, and I was expecting it. And now if Hale would have scored at least twice, they probably would have kept a regular clock going. But after a while, it was 42-0 before halftime, so. Instead of embarrassing the team, Barkley's going to keep it, runs a guy over, and he is off to the races. He still hasn't got him beat. Nope, he is still on his feet. He cuts back at the 20, still on his feet. He runs another guy over, and he will make it first down for the Comets. Oh, my goodness. I told you, Jack Barkley. The kid is a nose guard.
Running the football. That is a nose tackle. Running the football right there, okay? That's not quarterback running the football right there. That's a nose tackle running the football right there.
And he ran a couple of guys over in the process, and they had to have an official's timeout. Actually, the Rangers are taking the timeout because several of them just got trucked by that guy.
They did. That was a great run.
That
was a great fake, and then a great run to our right side. Great job by the offense, but that was just a great run.
Oh, he saw the hole open up. He faked it. As soon as he fed the receiver, he saw and the running back. Everyone crashed down.
Yeah, it was a great read, and he took it and went for it, and man, he just trucked some people.
Dude, that was about a 40-yard run, just trucking jokers as he went. It really was.
Dude, and his legs were moving.
Actually, it was about a 50-yard run. Yeah. He didn't stop. He made contact, and he didn't stop. He just kept running people over, and they held him up.
It was like the running of the bulls in Spain, okay? All right, that's what it was. And all the Hale guys are they're getting gorged by the bull. They call Jack Barkley.
Well, the bull trots back out from the sidelines, and he's going back. Shotgun formation. Bright is going to be behind him, to his left. I think he keeps this one and tries to punch it in himself personally. Nope, he hands it off to Bright. Bright goes up the middle. Someone reached out and pulled him back.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a face mask or not, but certainly got a pull by the head or something.
Yeah, you saw it maybe grabbed the shoulder pad and spun him. Oh, we have an injured player. Oh, man, that's one of the Hale's best defensive linemen that they have. That's number 55 for the Rangers.
Is his helmet off?
Yeah, his helmet is off, and he is down. No, take that back to number 52. So we've called his name a couple of times, Papal Martinez, but he is rolling from side to side. He is hurt. So 8:19 left in the ball game. The Rangers knocking on the door for one more before they call it a night. Injured player on the field. They're tending to him right now. And again, folks, don't forget we were on the road. This is the last home game. We will be on the road going to Tahlequah. Big game. Playoff what's that word?
District championship.
Thank you.
District championship.
District championship. Everything is riding on the line. What position we will have. If we win it, district championship. If we don't win, second place. Then we get a home game. So there's a lot riding, a lot going on in this game. But the biggest thing is a huge test as the young man is up on his feet now and being helped off the field. You just wonder which Comet team are you going to see because we've not fared well on the road at big games.
We've got to see the home team. That's just all there is to it. This Tahlequah team is too lethal of a team. This team, they do remind me a lot about, because I've saw them play Skytook, okay? And the second half of the Skytook game is what I watched on film. And, man, this Tahlequah team will hit you.
Oh, man.
And they are fast. They remind me, their defense is kind of similar to our defense, right? They're lean, they're fast.
Yes.
They move quickly to the football.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
He gives it
touchdown.
To Bright, and Bright will turn the corner and turn it in. Touchdown, Comet. I thought Barkley would try to take it in, but he gave it to Bright, and Bright will get his touchdown. I think that's Bright's second touchdown tonight because he jumped over a guy to get his first one.
That's his second touchdown tonight. Great job by that sophomore, and there's probably some juniors out there too on that offensive line squad, and that was a great job. That was a great job by the offense right there, scoring. And the sophomore boys are getting after it a little bit.
Oh, yes, indeed. You got to love it. You really do. Here's the extra point attempt. The kick is up. Did he make it in? Yes, he did. We'll go through.
So, and going healthy too, right? So we're not completely healthy, going into the Claremore game.
Exactly.
Not only are we not really fired up, but we're not also completely healthy. So we're going to be – I think it looks like we're going to be completely healthy for coming up. I see a couple kids down there that are probably still injured, but I think we're going to have Bryce Alonzo back at our outside linebacker spot. So the defense should be lethal, and it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be the home team that shows up in Tahlequah. And just basically, you are so much in the zone that you don't care what Tahlequah does.
And that's where it has to be, because I've heard several times when Miami and Florida State always play, Miami had to get ready, and they said they blared that chant the whole practice, Monday through Friday, and then when they traveled Saturday and got to the game, they were numb to it. Right. Because they had heard it so much. So they just went out and played. And I think they destroyed Florida State that year.
You have to be numb to that. You have to look at – and you got to, our kicker slips.
Yes, he did, and he let it roll.
He looks like he's all right, though.
Yes, he is, and he's turning the corner, and they're going to force him out of bounds, and, yes, they do. Wow, they're going to call a flag, but he got pushed into him.
Yeah, I think he got hit.
Yeah, he got hit and pushed into him. You can't call that a late hit. And I think they're going to do it.
I think so, too.
I think they're going to call it a late hit, but somebody pushed him. And you have another referee that's looking at it. Nope, they're going to go ahead and call it. Dead ball. Personal foul will go against the Comets at 15 yards.
Wow.
But he got pushed into. You see Coach Tapana talking to him. And and the coach the referee looks at his other ref, and the ref said, nope, he tackled him. So, personal foul, 15 yards. So the Rangers will start in Comet territory for the first time all night.
The 47-yard line is first and 10.
They actually have a chance to score here, and I think they're going to come out slinging the ball. I really do. I think they're going to come out slinging the ball here.
Well, it's going to be a great opportunity for some of these younger guys here to see how well we cover and how well we're going to cover this and keep them out of the end zone.
Most definitely. This is the test right here.
Sure.
Yep, he's back to pass. He's looking, too. And there he goes. He has a man. And it's intercepted! Intercepted off the tackle. Oh, my God. Wow. Jordan Redmond. The receiver had it, went to the ground, the ball bounced out his hands, and Redmond was Johnny on the spot, intercepts it, and the Comets divert. They avoid a touchdown by the Rangers.
This game has been one big tip drill.
Yes, it has. One big tip drill. I mean, the receiver catches it with one hand, goes down, lands on the defender, ball goes in the air, and Redmond was like, thank you very much. I'll take this.
That's right.
So the Comets avoid, I would not say disaster, but avoid the opportunity of the Rangers trying to score by getting another interception off a tip drill. You see, the game started like that practically.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, yeah, the boys are pretty excited down there.
Yes, they are. And it gives it back to Bright. Bright's going to drop his shoulders and hit a couple of guys, and he's going to gain about 3 on the play. And look, showing some sportsmanship here for the Rangers. The guys are picking the guys up, patting them on the head, each
great.
other.
I like seeing that. That's great. That's fantastic.
Yes, indeed.
That's fantastic. You know, and I would say that, you know, it is challenging for these coaches, you know.
I think we're going to have a timeout. Yes, we are. The Comets are going to take another timeout.
You know, for these Hale coaches, you know, I talk about whether, you know, all the penalties and the offsides and the false starts, it just seemed like, you know, they're pretty much struggling with some serious fundamentals over there.
Yes.
You know, and maybe not giving those coaches enough credit for, you know, how difficult it is to have a coach a team, you know, that is struggling with, you know, getting any wins on the board whatsoever.
Yes.
So, you know, it's tough. It's a tough situation. I know with my 7th grade team, you know, we've not won a couple of games and you know, and it's tough to keep them going. You know, when we're getting beat. You know, I tell the boys, don't play the scoreboard, play the field. Don't play the scoreboard, play the field.
Exactly.
You know, stay in the game so that you can get better. So, and that's what a lot of this is about is, you know, you got to get better. You got to keep your sportsmanship, keep your character.
Because it's easy to lose.
Yeah.
You look at that scoreboard and she's just getting smoked, so you want to go play dirty, so to speak. And he gives it off, and he cuts back, and it is a foot race. He makes another guy miss, spins, and they're going to finally bring him. No, he's still on his feet, and they finally bring him down. Jack Stieferman picks up a first down, move the chains for the Comets.
Yeah, you almost look at Hale and you go, man, you know, why is this team playing 5A? I mean, you look at this team and the numbers that they have on their sidelines. It's almost like, shouldn't they be really a 3A?
They should, but because they're a Madnick school, they have a bigger class of people. So if you drop them down, then you can drop them down because of the football team, but the size of the school would be unfair to the smaller divisions, and they would look at that as, well, they're beating us because they have more people than we do. You see what I mean? I know it sounds really nitpickish, but in a way, and Barkley's going to keep this one. Nope, still on his feet, makes another guy miss. He's juking another guy. He wraps up, and they're going to hold him up now. And the referees finally blow the whistle, and Barkley just lets the ball go.
I don't know. Coach ought to think about maybe letting him throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Get him out of,
that's almost an insult to injury when you do that. You got somebody 49-9 and you're still yanking it down the field.
That's true. That's true.
I know the clock hasn't stopped.
I start thinking about practice.
Yeah.
Know?
Oh, no doubt.
I start thinking
you.
about, you know, this is, you know, it's turning into kind of a scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to work on some things. But, yeah, it is frowned upon, that's for sure, by certain.
Yes, indeed. He hands the ball off to his running back right up the middle of the field, and he's going to be brought down.
Oh, man, he got slammed.
Yes, he did. But he will pick up a first down for the Comets. Will Stieferman and move the chains. First down, Comets. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Well, he just got body slammed. I mean,
yes, he did.
To the head. I'm glad he's up and moving around and okay.
I think he went shoulder pad down first, so hopefully, he didn't go head first. His back of the shoulder pads hit him pretty good, so I think so they finally break the huddle. And let's see what Barkley does. The wind's starting to pick up again here. Barkley hands it. Nope, Barkley keeps it.
Oh,
and it's wide open. He's waiting to get a block, and we're going to block in the back. Yep.
Yeah.
And Barkley's still on his feet.
Another penalty flag.
Yep, and that's probably going to be because the kid who hit him dove helmet first, and it may be hit to the head. It just depends on what they call. So these penalties will offset. Nope. So it was just holding because it was 2 flags down. So I guess both were holding.
Okay.
So they're going to –
I thought we got a block in the back there, but –
yeah, I think it's – yeah, there it is, block in the back.
Yeah, that's
right.
what
they're going to take. Yeah, they're going to take the block in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so we had a holding call down here. All
yeah,
right. All right.
Yeah, they're going to take the block in the back.
Yeah, we saw that block, and that was like, oh, hold on, let him turn.
Yep, and he was kind of hoping the kid was going to hold up, but you saw him, he couldn't wait to hit you.
Yeah, he held up a little bit, and he saw the runner coming, so.
He just lit into the run.
Yeah.
But, folks, don't forget we will be on the road in Tahlequah, taking on the Tahlequah Tigers, I believe. This game has a lot riding on it, so we'll see how this thing turns out. Really want to see the Comets. And Barkley will take a knee. Yes, he will. As we're
19 seconds
20
left.
seconds left and counting. But, yeah, please watch, listen, holler at us, whatever. But we would love to, because this is a big game. The playoffs are the following week. Comets should be playing, win or lose, just depends on the position now. We should get one home game out of the playoff. If we take first place, it's possible we can get 2 home games out of there.
Right, yep.
So,
brought to our attention that it's been processed too, Father O'Brien, that he might do such a magnanimous thing in order to get a big crowd there. So, set your calendars next Friday night at Tahlequah.
Big game.
Oh, yeah. This game has a lot of huge implications on it. And, again, Coach, I just have to go back since we've been doing BK TV. We get a big game, get on the road, and it is just brutal.
Yeah, I think that we got to get fired. I mean, this is a district championship. We're trying to go. I was talking to some of the other parents trying to go back and say, when was the last district championship?
I actually have a shirt when they won it all. And we weren't doing BKTV then. At the time, we weren't. So we've been doing BKTV 4 years. So if you just subtract 4 years, that's when the last.
Yeah, because I started coaching here 9 years ago with the first grade team. So I'm not thinking that we had a district, and we were going back and not thinking we had a district championship since not back even that far. So we were trying to, because that's we were talking about having 2 home games at a district championship in a playoff season, in the playoff part of the season. So I'm not real sure, how far we need to go back to take a look at that. We'll get that information out.
I'm thinking really 2000. I'm thinking really like 2008.
Okay.
I'm thinking about 2008. I'm thinking 2008, 9, or maybe even 7.
Okay.
It's been that long, but they had a really good team that year. I remember watching them. Mm-hmm. I traveled with them. We didn't do BKTV, but I went on the road with them and watched a lot of their games. They had a really good squad, So, but it's really going to be interesting to see if they can bring that fire with him. And just an update on the score: Collinsville is beating Claremore 28-14 right now.
See, Collinsville really turned it on. They just did not look that good against us.
No, they didn't.
And now they're beating Claremore, so they've really turned it up and finished the rest of their season really well. So that's a great job by Collinsville, but I was just glad we beat them.
Yes, indeed. So now we don't have that looming over us.
Yeah, we don't have that looming over us going into Tahlequah. No matter what, we're first or second.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that we beat Collinsville.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting because, again, they just made an announcement here that they're trying to get everyone into that game, the Tahlequah game, because they want a huge crowd and they want everybody there. They want crowd on our side. And I really believe the Comets can do it. I really do. They have a good squad, a good team. They're well coached. They have a lot of enthusiasm. They want to win. We just got to get out there and put it on the field now.
And I think that all cylinders, we are firing off all cylinders right now, coming off all these great wins. We're healthy. We got to get some guys some rest tonight. We got to have some really good practices. And I think coaches are going to really put together good practices for this week and get them fired up for this game. You got to get off the bus and say, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You first step off the bus, you got your game face on. You're not, joshing around.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about it. Yeah.
You are just, put your headphones on, listen to your music, whatever you got to do to get yourself in that zone.
Yes.
And then you stay there and get fired up and get ready to go. And then you, like we were talking about, drown out everything that they're saying and doing, and you get on the field and play.
Oh, yeah, you have to. There's no other way you're going to go into that game and get that, because they're not going to lay down for you. Again, on the road, district, championship at stake. But not only that, senior night for them.
And I think this team has the components. It has the dominant offensive line, 3 big-time running backs, a quarterback that can throw the football, and a defense that can just about stop anybody.
Yeah. I think the running game will be very paramount. If the Comets could go out and control the ball, control the clock with running the ball, and keep that quarterback on the side, we'll do well. Folks, this is it for tonight. Comets win big, 49-0 over the Rangers. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Give us a shout-out, give us a holler, let us know. Kevin, again, we missed you tonight. Want you there next week. We'll really be looking forward to you being there with us next week. Again, we thank you for watching and listening. Great game. Had a good time. Coach, see you next week. I am Sam Harbin.
Coach Axe.
This is BKTV.live. Good night, everyone.
Hi, I'm Mary Chris Revard from the class of 2014, and I am excited to introduce the BK family to Gateway Mortgage Group. Gateway Mortgage is Oklahoma's largest independent mortgage company and employs over 1,000 people across the country. Everything Gateway does revolves around their core value of being passionate about strengthening families. When you need a mortgage company for the next place you will call home, consider Gateway Mortgage Group, where we close loans on time, every time.